Where is the happiest place in Glasgow? I'd like to think that it's here at Trongate. The Purple Cat Café is a home away from home experience with a comfortable and friendly atmosphere that always puts the welfare of the cats first. The building that used to be a bank is now home to 30 plus kitties. I'll be speaking with Tracy, the woman that's opened the first cat cafe in Glasgow.
My name is Tracy Malcolmson. I am the Chief Operating Officer at Purple Cat Cafe and the sole founder of our business. We opened on the 27th of December 2017. We had been gathering cats and all that sort of stuff for almost a year beforehand. The majority of my time, I would say, was probably putting out fires to begin with because I realised I'd done something completely wrong and wanted to do it another way. I think I would say stressful is the one word to describe the starting of it, but also really, really rewarding. Met lots of wonderful people along the way and still continue to know lots of wonderful people every single day. When we first started, I had no clue how or where to source a large number of cats. It's not like you can just go to a pet shop and pick up, bulk buy cats. It doesn't work like that. And I really wanted to rescue cats as well, so I was aware that there was challenges in having a multi-cat household and sometimes rescued cats that maybe hadn't been treated very well. I initially met up with a Glasgow-based charity, Cat Flap. In their experience, cats that were already in groups were easier to integrate with other cats. We've done that and we've mixed groups of cats and we've kept a policy of not bringing in one or two cats. The exception to the rule has been Ross and Joey, who we took on just before Christmas. A vet had got in contact with us and said a lady had got in contact with him, booked in a euthanasia for two old and very sick and very aggressive cats. And when they turned up at the vet, she said they are neither of the above and obviously refused to put them to sleep. The majority of cats now come from people who have had female cats who've gotten out. They haven't been spayed because they'll always be indoor cats, they'll never get out, and they go out for one night and come back with a belly full of kittens. So that's where most of our cats have come from. There's a lot of people who'll get rid of the really cute ones and be left over black and white cats and say, I've got 2 cats or I've got 3 cats, and what happened to the rest of them? Oh yeah, my mum took one, my friend took one. We don't do that. So we take the full litter, we take all of the cats, and if it's a house rescue, we take the full family of them because I believe they're happier when they're together.
I reached out to the charity Cat Flap to ask them about working with the cafe.
Tracy was very receptive to any suggestions we had. She had a lot of good questions. She had good planning, and we were happy that if she took cats from Cat Flap that they would be well cared for. We have a contingency plan in place with them that if a cat goes to the cafe and then is very unhappy in that situation, that we will help them rehome the cat. I would say probably 2 or 3 out of 10 cats that we home, somehow the person has contacted us because they've been to the cat cafe or know somebody who has.
Well, just so happen to have Mr. Harry here. Harry is one of the OG cats. He was here when we first started doing what we do. So Harry is a Cat Flap cat. He is something teen. We don't know how old he is because he is twice rescued. So we know he's old. He has a couple of health problems and he is completely deaf. So he is a ragdoll and he's one of our geriatric cats. We've got a wee population of old men cats. They're very, very popular. People love them and people really resonate with their stories because a lot of them, had they been with other owners, would not be with us right now. Harry came along with Gilbert and Tilly, who are his not blood but siblings, and Tilly sadly passed away just over a year ago, and we still have Gilbert who's kicking about somewhere as well. Harry's had a bit of a rough year. He's had constant ear infections for quite some time, and then obviously having his various surgeries to repair them, and then eventually what we call a TICA to take out both of his ears. But he's doing really, really well. He's really happy. Very spoiled. He's sporting a nice wee jumper that one of our members made for him and brought in. We keep little jumpers on him to keep him warm, but also to keep his fur from getting matted. These types of cats do have a wee bit of a tendency to get matted fur, so it's just to help him not have to be groomed quite so often, which isn't much fun for him. So he's a wee soul. In terms of what we do on a day-to-day basis, obviously we've been closed due to the pandemic, but in normal times we spend a lot of our time with customers in the premises coming to visit. So people come along and they have a 1-hour session and they buy tea, coffee, cakes and whatever we're selling that day. We also sell merchandise and we do have an online store now as well which sells our merchandise. The majority of our income does come from people actually visiting the cafe.
To finish off, I asked Tracy how she would like to see her business develop in the future.
If you'd asked me that 3 years ago, I probably would have said I would like a few of these kind of cat cafes, and these are quite good and we could keep going with this sort of thing. I don't even think that's possible. The development for us has got to be internal, so it's about making sure the place is as good as it can be for the cats, the experience is as good as it can be for the customers. A lot of the staff who work here are students, so we try and make sure that they're fulfilling their career goals as well as having a job here, and I'm a big fan of the work-life balance, so we try and make sure that they are dedicating their time to their studies and things, and that they've got time to come to work but also time to concentrate in their own lives as well.